everybody, welcome to this review of Friday the 13th. By now I'm sure you've already heard all the server issues and problems with the game that has made it unplayable for some players from day one release. I, however, am fortunately not one who has experienced any server issues other than my account not being tracked properly and progression not being saved. There's a lot to say about a game I was excited for, and it's hard to pinpoint where to begin. I played this game back in the closed beta, which was available for those who obtained a code. We were able to play this game for a week, and I uploaded a total of 3 videos of my gameplay and complaints and overall unhappiness for the game, which you can find in the description down below. Upon release, the game did not fix any of the major issues that were prevalent back in 2016 to me. The game was even delayed from its early 2017 release date and was just released in May 2017. The game is a great concept within itself. It is further backed up by an amazing movie franchise that really solidifies the style of game that Friday the 13th is. The story even remains solid and loyal to the series and makes you really feel like you're in the movie from Friday the 13th. You're a group of counselors attempting to survive an onslaught that is Jason Voorhees. After that, it's where the game begins to fall off. Without looking into the game's launch issues with servers and progression, the game itself is too ambitious for everything it's trying to be. The game combines several mechanics that in concept sound great, but the execution falls short, and we'll try to tackle this one mechanic at a time. As the game begins, one of 8 random players will be awarded the role of Jason after the game loads. Jason must kill 7 to 8 counselors, which is including one of the additional characters, Tommy Jarvis. The slaughter goes on within a 20-minute limit. Counselors must use one of several methods to escape, including, but not limited to, repairing a boat, repairing the car, calling the cops, or just waiting out the 20-minute round. Each counselor has a variety of stats that change how they play the game, and this is where one of the various mechanics of the games fails, as only a few stats are worthwhile. Back in the beta, only 2 stats that mattered were speed and stamina. Vanessa was the most powerful counselor at the time, as she had an endless jog that could loop Jason seemingly forever. However, all other stats were irrelevant. In the current release, composure and repair seem to be the fairly more useful stat, as running from Jason endlessly has come to a halt since he can now throw knives, and there is more punishment to running out of stamina. I could go into far more detail regarding this, but that would be for another discussion another day regarding the several things the game could do to improve on balance, which is the massive problem this game has within itself. There is no such thing as balance in Friday the 13th, as Jason has a tool to counter any and all of the counselor's attempts to survive or hide. Before I keep going on about this, let me explain that I am a fan of Friday the 13th, and I also know how asymmetrical multiplayer games work. I used to play quite a bit of them, and I currently play Dead by Daylight, which is a close but not really the same asymmetrical game. With this, I've seen tons of players defend that Jason needs to be this powerful, unstoppable, quick killing, and to be honest, I think that takes away the fun from 7 people who have to play counselors at random versus the one person who's enjoying themselves as Jason. Jason is almighty, powerful, and near invincible, though yes, he can be killed. It does take a good effort to make it happen above and beyond just simply hitting him. I agree that he should be this way, but he should not have a set of tools capable of making the mechanics of the game pointless. Asymmetric gaming puts the advantage onto the single-player team, however there is a sense of balance in other games of the same game style where it is fun to play as the other team as well, even though you are slightly underpowered. The lack of balance comes from how fast a counselor can die and what a counselor can do to survive. There are a few tools that will keep Jason at bay for long, which is a rifle and a flare gun that are the 2 most effective ranged weapons capable of stunning Jason for a period of time. Otherwise, melee weapons are very dangerous, which, if not with others, Jason can simply grab a counselor attempting to use melee combat and instantly end their life if they don't have a pocket knife, which is the simple reason I can't recommend this game. The game is not really that fun, as it boils down to whether or not you get to play as Jason. I admit that playing with friends will provide a very different experience, but this is coming from the perspective of going in by yourself and playing with randoms. Once Jason finds you, it is a question of when you will die, not if you'll get away. This all comes from the combination of shift and grab. Jason's ability to shift allows him to teleport and position himself properly right next to a counselor, and grab is capable of being used right out of shift, leading to a counselor's instant death. When this occurs, there's nothing the counselor can do without a pocket knife, and they just die. And they won't see it coming. It's probably the most unfair thing this game has to offer, and it was something I saw a long time ago, and no matter what, you're boned if Jason sees you. I've only ever once gotten away from a Jason, but it was not because I was able to outwit him, because if I ever do outwit a Jason, it only takes him a brief moment to get right back on track with his sensibility. Again, it's not about being able to escape from Jason, which makes this a pain in the ass, and it's just, it spirals into extreme imbalance, and there's nothing a counselor can do which makes you feel out of control, which takes you out of the experience, which makes it less fun. It's just a shit show. But the one time I did, it was only for him to chase someone else up until he caught that person, killed them, then got me and killed me. And trust me, sir, I got good. I got real good at this game really fast, and I will tell you, even as a Jason player or a counselor player, it's only ever worth playing as Jason. A 1 in 8 chance randomly per game, and I went through 40 games before I got to play Jason one time, which was a little insane because I was only able to get one clip of Jason footage for this review out of 40 games. It took a long time, and that was unfortunate, but that's how this game works. And to answer the question, yes, Jason is set to my preferred spawn, so if you just try to tell me that, oh, you didn't set that, yes I did, and it still took me 40 games. I'm pretty sure everyone set their preferred spawn as Jason, and if you're that one rare guy who's like, I want to be a counselor, a tip of the hat to you. Without the ability to actually escape Jason, it seems the game plays on how long you can avoid death and not actually survive. Although granted you can survive, it's not impossible, and the chances are low and rely simply on luck. If you can't find the items you're looking for swiftly, you'll find yourself face to face with Jason relatively quickly. This all is overlooking current issues with the accounts that do not properly record progression. I have played 30 games that granted my account no experience to improve my counselors or Jason himself, and additionally achievements I should have received have not unlocked due to their server issues, making this more frustrating to me as an achievement hunter. The worst part about this entire thing is that the game has a solid base. The concept is amazing in theory, and in my belief, it can be executed in a way that makes both counselors and Jason very fun. But this just requires tweaks to Jason's abilities to allow the counselors to actually use the mechanics given to them to play against Jason. I should also note that I don't mind the facial expressions everyone else has a problem with. I do get a good laugh from the game, but I also got a good laugh from the movies. The movies are campy and less scary to me than they are a good laugh at times. This game captured that perfectly for me, so there is no issue there. It helps me get immersed in a way that I can laugh and enjoy myself, but still get scared when I get chased from Jason during those tense moments. That's probably my favorite thing about this game. Jason is so powerful is that it's tense when you do give him a good 5 to 10 minute run, and the chance of getting that kind of distraction is rare, but with the proper items found in the setup and homes, you can give Jason a good run until he reaches his full potential, and then you're boned. There is no escape, but a good 5 to 10 minute run isn't half bad. With 3 pocket knives, 2 bear trap setups, running through 3 to 4 cabins, you can give him a good run of the money, but he'll always catch you. With this all being said, I can't recommend the game until an update comes out to further balance the game after they fix the servers, progression, and the current shit show that is currently going on. Once a patch comes in to make the counselors more playable, then I'd be happier to adjust my review and recommendation, but until then, I'll catch you all next time. Don't forget to let me know how you feel about this game down in the comments below, and as always, good game.